I believe everyone should have 3 accounts. Number 1 is an investment account where you're keeping your Roth IRA, 401k, and any index funds or stocks that you hold. Number 2 is a health savings account that allows you to pay for medical expenses with untaxed dollars. And number 3 is a credit union, because you're going to get the best loan rates in the nation. And they're not going to try to take advantage of you and screw you over to get your money like big banks are going to do, because they're nonprofit and they're funded by the customers. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to join the best and the biggest credit union in the entire United States. I'm going to be walking you through the application process step by step, showing you the requirements to join this credit union. And another thing I'll just throw in there for fun is an unboxing of their debit card. If you find any value in this video, make sure you subscribe, because it's probably going to take me at least a week to make this. All right, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into it. First thing that you're going to have to do, obviously, is go to Navy Federal's website, where they're going to show you a nice little wholesome picture of a little girl hugging her dad. But that's not what we're here for. We just want those low rates. So click join now, and then after that, you're going to be moved over to their application page. Hit continue, and now we can get started on this application. Just throw in your email address and click that you're not a robot. I assume if you're watching this video, you're not a robot, so we can move on to the next step. For this step, you're going to put your first, last name, email address, and then phone number. After that, you're going to have to put in why you're eligible to join this credit union. So if you meet one of these categories, you can join. You have to either be serving in the military, be a Department of Defense employer or contractor, be a government employee assigned to the Department of Defense, related to a Navy Federal member, or have a family member who served in the military, which is going to be my option because my dad was in the Navy. So I get to join this credit union. The other option is to live with a Navy Federal credit union member. So that means all my roommates in the future are going to be able to get into this credit union because I'm in it already. So if you're looking for a roommate, hit me up. The next option, if you're eligible for their select employee group, or if you work for Navy Federal. So then you can move on to the next step. So depending on which option you choose, your page is going to differ, but they're all going to be basically pretty much the same. I'm going to have to provide my birth certificate and then showing one of his enlistment papers proving that he was in the military. And you don't have to upload those yet. You're going to upload them at the very end of this application. You then put your name and then your citizenship status, which is most likely just going to be a U.S. civilian. After this, you're going to put your employment information, which is going to be your employment status, and then your employer name and your job title. After that, you're going to go to the page where you put your birth date and then enter in your social security number after that. You then put even more information about yourself, like your phone number and then your preferred communication method. If you scroll down a little bit more, you're going to have to put in your primary address, your city, and then if you live there for 6 months or longer. After that, it's going to ask you if you have a P.O. box, which I don't. So I'll hit no for that one. And then it's going to ask how you want to be verified. It gives you 3 options, which is going to be your driver's license, your government issued ID, or your military ID. I just have my driver's license, so I'm just going to throw that in there. And then whatever you choose, your next page is just going to be the information. So for me, it's my driver's license information. It'll then ask you if you have a promo code, which I do not. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. And it's going to ask you if you want to join owner of your account, which I do not, so I'm going to hit no for that one. And then after this step, you're going to choose between 3 options of which checking account you want to open up. You got the free easy checking, which is going to be the right account for 90% of people. There's no monthly service fee or minimum deposit, so you can pretty much just open this up and then not have to worry about any fees. Their flagship checking, which is going to be good if you're going to use them as your primary bank and you want a more premium account, because that's going to build a better relationship with them quicker. But just make sure you have at least $1,500 in there on average, or you're going to get charged a $10 monthly fee. Or their free everyday checking, which is pretty much going to be the same as their free easy checking, but you're not going to get $10 in ATM coverage. After that, it's just going to tell you that you're recommended to get a savings account, which I would recommend throwing a little bit of money in if you're going to apply for one of their products, because that just helps to build a little bit better relationship with them. Then you're asked if you want to order a debit card, which I'm going to do obviously, and then put in the PIN that you want to create for that. Next, they're going to let you know that you're going to have to put a minimum deposit to open up your account, which is only $5, which is pretty cool because a lot of banks is like $25. It's a little bit cheaper, and you have 4 options. You can put in a debit or credit card, provide account information from another bank, transfer money from another bank, or just mail in a check if you're weird and old. After that, you can deposit $5 to $100. I'm just going to throw in $5 there because that's the easiest. And then the next page is going to have you put in your card or bank information. Next, you just agree to the terms and conditions. And then after that, you're then going to have to upload the information, proving your eligibility to join this credit union. You then can review all this information and click the final submit button. And then after that, they're immediately going to send you an email telling you that they're reviewing your application. It's been a day since I applied, so we'll see how long it takes. I'll update you guys when I get a decision. So here is the envelope that it came in. Let's go ahead and take this out. The first thing that comes in this envelope is just the terms and conditions and all the information about the debit card, but we're not going to spend too much time on this because all of us already know how a debit card works. So let's put this aside and look at the actual card itself. Obviously, I had to put some tape over the information so you guys don't steal my money. And here we go. At the bottom of the page, it'll tell us about their tap to pay and the ability to add it to their digital wallet. And if we look a little bit higher, it tells us about their zero liability policy. Now, this card is pretty cheap and it does have a good amount of bend to it, but that's fine because it's just a debit card. There's the activation instructions for the card. Let's go ahead and take this off. And let's flip this card around. And when we look at the back, it's pretty basic. There's nothing too special here. The reader strip's almost like a purple color. So yeah, there's the debit card. So hopefully this video helped you get into Navy Federal Credit Union, or at least understand the process a little bit better. If you want to learn more about this credit union, go check out my breakdown on their credit cards or my overall review of their bank. I'll see you guys next time.